Can you dig it, sucker?
Live from Houston, Texas, and around the world. Join the 6-time World Heavyweight Champion, 2-time WWE Hall of Famer, and WWE NXT announcer, Booker T. Booker T. Alongside his right-hand man, the BOAT, Brad Gilmore, as they discuss everything from inside the ring to the backstage and beyond. It's time to get your champagne wishes and caviar dreams. Welcome inside the Hall of Fame. Now, can you dig that?
Boom, welcome inside the Hall of Fame. I'm Booker T, 6-time world champ, 2-time Hall of Famer. Got my man Brad Gilmore here with me. As always, man, I want to thank the people, because this show is all about the people. Stepping inside the Hall of Fame, getting your champagne wishes, caviar dreams, man. Brad, how you feel, Brad? How you feel, first and foremost?
BT, I'm doing good. We had Battle to the Bell on Saturday. We had the Benito Bowl yesterday at the Super Bowl. So I had a nice weekend, man. I'm feeling a lot better than maybe my guy Will Austin's feeling today after the latter match of the Battle to the Bell. But I'm doing good, BT.
And I'm so glad the Patriots did not win another Super Bowl.
You and I both.
I'm just so glad that, the Seahawks went in there and got the job done, man. And what a hell of a game played. What a hell of a game coached. To go in there, win that Super Bowl, win that championship. I just hope and wish before the day I die that the Texans get one. Just one. You know what I mean? That's why I'm so upset with, the Patriots getting a chance to go back, and do it, so many times and have won so many and that had so many opportunities. But Robert Kraft, man, that dude, he don't mind paying the big money. He don't mind paying the big money. And I think that's what we need more than anything. I think we need to spend more money in the city of Houston if we want to win a National Football League championship. That's just the facts. That's just the facts.
We definitely need to upgrade our offense. Our defense is doing well. I see C.J. Stroud cut his dreads. I don't know if you have any opinion on that.
That's a good idea. No, that's a good idea. No, seriously. I mean, that might be something that might get C.J. locked in because the dreads, they look good. I mean, he looks fly, but it doesn't look like he's really ready to go out there and per se hit somebody in the mouth. Yeah. Get down and dirty. I'm talking about get deep down in the mud. That's what I want to see. So maybe the haircut, maybe a grill, maybe get a grill.
Get him some bottoms from TV Johnny.
Yeah, exactly. Something like that. A big gold chain, dookie rope chain. You know what I mean? And start feeling it a little bit. But I think we, like you said, I think we do need to upgrade the offense a little bit. I think the defense right now they're doing damn good, but I still think we need to, fill even a few holes that we might not even have there, just in case. You understand what I'm saying? But congratulations to the Seahawks. Big win, big Super Bowl win.
Big Super Bowl win. I mean, the game wasn't the most entertaining game in the world. You always love when a commentator says this, when they say, this is a real defensive battle. That means we ain't about to score a lot of points. So don't worry about it. You know what I mean? There's a low-scoring game, a real defensive battle. The game wasn't the greatest in the world, but I'm like you. And you know what? For the Seahawks to avenge that loss from 10 years ago when they should have given the ball to beast mode, should have just ran it into the touchdown, and then they throw the pick to Malcolm Butler for the Patriots, and then Tom Brady ends up going off to win that game. They avenged that loss against the same team that gave it to them. So I think that probably gives them a little bit of solace that they don't have to do it. But the game wasn't the best. I mean, really, the halftime show is why you watched some of it last night, because halftime show was incredible.
What do you think about the controversies coming out of the halftime show? Which, like I said, I thought it was a great show, but our president definitely had to step in there and make his voice heard. And then you had people that was backing him as well, but I thought it was a great sign of, humanity and the way things are changing, and the way we got to look at things these days as far as a kid like a Bad Bunny who's American. You know what I mean? He is American. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And if we start thinking about people just because they're from an island called Puerto Rico that they're not American, we need to fix the way we think. Seriously, you know what I mean? So I commend Bad Bunny, Ricky Martin, Lady Gaga
Yeah.
for going out there and putting on a hell of a show. And I didn't understand a lot of the words or any of them,
No.
but it was still a great show.
Well, it was a vibe. The whole thing was a vibe and so creative. And I love how he took 140 million people on a tour of Puerto Rico, right? I mean, in that time, he showed the culture.
He really
and then
did.
and then he also gave love to every Latin American country and every American country for that matter, including the U.S., Canada. He gave shout outs to. And, look, with respect to the office of the presidency, I'm not looking to him to tell me what's the best musical choices. This is a guy who still rocks the YMCA. I'm not saying it wasn't a hit back in its day, but, I think we need to be a little bit up on the times. And Bad Bunny's been one of the biggest artists of all time for the last several years. And I don't see any controversy in it. And guess what? This was the 60th Super Bowl. I don't know when they started doing the halftime performances, but let's say they started at Super Bowl I. So we had 59 English-speaking Super Bowl performances. Can we have one in Spanish? I mean, come on, man. Let's let Benito rock. And
I'm definitely not hating.
And obviously, you have a connection with Bad Bunny. Bad Bunny does the entrance song for this show on ESPN, so we're big Bad Bunny fans here. But also, the little gallery he had of all the dancing people. He had Jessica Alba. He had Karol G. He had Alex Earl. That's a win right there, man. He had all the Scotties. The Scottsdales were in the building. You know what I mean? And the performance was awesome. That's all I got to say. And if anybody had a hate for Bad Bunny, when his message was, what do you say? The thing that's more powerful than hate is love. The only thing more powerful than hate is love. That's true. And he gave a positive, charming, uplifting, love performance. And he said, I'm here at the Super Bowl because I believed in myself. Y'all should all believe in yourselves too. I don't see how you could hate. That performance.
It definitely was different too. You know what I mean? It was totally different
Awesome.
than any other performance that we've ever seen as far as Super Bowl halftime goes. Just the way it was delivered, just the way it was set up. Like you say, how it took us on a journey through Puerto Rico. It definitely had a vibe to it that definitely met all expectations as far as I'm concerned.
I didn't understand a single word, but I enjoyed the whole thing.
You know what I mean? I mean, even my song that he wrote for me, I don't understand the words.
I don't know the words to Booker T.
Translate for you. I just know he's bad, man. He's bad. But
How was
no,
he?
man,
How was he when y'all worked on the video together? He was just cool, like the other side of the pillow.
Man, he's one of the coolest mega stars I've ever met in my life. He was so down to earth. He was so about business. He was so about being on time. Promptness was something that was very, very important to him, as well as making me feel comfortable in that situation. It was amazing. It really was. It was really, truly amazing to see him work his magic and be on top of everything. I'm talking about not just be the performer, the guy that's, the front guy, but he was the guy in front of the camera, as well as the guy behind the camera that was making sure everything was run a certain way and it had to look a certain way. So he's definitely a genius as far as what he's doing now in this field.
Yeah, and you know what? Like, for him to not only do that, to me, you know how the wrestling world is. Like, when somebody's like a part of it, even if it's like an extended member of the family, we always support them no matter what. Like, I go to every Rock movie. If Batista's in some, I'm going to watch it. If Cena's in some, I'm going to watch it. If Bad Bunny's doing something, I'm going to support it. And I thought that he showed the world why he's the biggest artist in the game right now. I think he really showed it, because even if you didn't I was watching it with my mom. We were watching the halftime show, and she's like, I don't understand the words, but he's a hell of a performer, And that's what you had to get from that. If nothing else, you got to see a hell of a performance and a hell of a concept, and just how creative the guy is.
Yeah, Bad Bunny, he touches so many people in so many different ways, and like you said, like you may not understand the music, but it's I kind of like equate it to, and maybe like professional wrestling, and him being that kid across the water, not being able to speak English or anything like that, but still being able to connect with me through professional wrestling. And I say wrestling is universal. Music's the same way. Music universal. If it sounds good, if it feels good, it's good. You know what I mean? So I think that's what Bad Bunny has definitely been able to do with his music. Not just, you don't just listen to it, but hey, you know what I mean? Just that right there, that one word. It feels it feels a certain way. And the thing is, I don't care, what Bad Bunny song is on the radio. You may not know the name of the song, but you're gonna know it's Bad Bunny just because of that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I love when he does it.
yeah, big time, man. Yeah,
it's a great vibe. You know what, BT? Shout out to again our guy Bad Bunny for rocking the Super Bowl. And if anybody had an issue with it, look, you can change channel, you cannot watch. You can also say that you don't like it. It's fine. I mean, that's the beauty of the country. But we do need to recognize that Puerto Rico is a part of the United States. Like, people, come on. Let's take a little history lesson. Let's know our facts before we look foolish. You know what I mean? Yeah. I'm looking at you, Jake. I'm looking at you, Jake. I'm looking at you, my man. But you know what? You know what I think it was? I think it was because Anthony Joshua hit him so hard, he just forgot. He's just still a little woozy. He's
still a little rock. You know what I mean? Yeah. He's definitely, still suffering from that big right hand. Yeah. You know what I mean? What would it be? Long-term memory loss?
Long-term memory loss, yeah.
That's what we'll call it. Yeah. Hey, man, we got to take a break here inside the Hall of Fame. We'll be back in a minute.
All right, guys. Brad Gilmore here from the Hall of Fame, here to keep it 100. Some men walk into a room like regular dudes, but when you've got Blue Chew in your corner, you walk in like it's a main event. I'm talking pyro, lights, smoke machines, a Titantron package, and your theme music blasting. Because Blue Chew just isn't a tablet, it's a cheat code for your crotch. Stronger, harder, longer lasting. Like somebody handed your downstairs a gym membership, a hype man, and a Hall of Fame ring all in one.
And let me tell you something right now, man. This ain't just about sex. This is about legacy. This is about making sure your third legacy gets remembered. Blue Chew is the original brand offering chewable tablets for better sex, shipped straight to your door, man, in a discreet package. You don't need to go to the doctor's office, man. You don't need to stand in line at a pharmacy. Just come ready to go.
Look, last time I tried one of Blue Chew's tablets, my hog got so confident it demanded its own Instagram account. It told me missionary was off-brand and it was only doing extreme positions. I tried Blue Chew and suddenly my hog had a zip code, a driver's license, and voting rights. That's not just performance, that's a lifestyle.
Dog, for me, it felt like my parents were cutting promos on me, saying, "We can't hold this man anymore. Somebody call security." It was like my entire lower half turned into a tag team championship, man. And my brother, sometimes it's not even about the action. It's about walking into the room knowing you're holding a steel chair under the table, man, ready to go whenever the bell rings.
Look, this just isn't a supplement. It's an erection resurrection. And the truth is, it's not about what happens in the bedroom. It's about knowing that you're that guy. You want to give her group chat something to talk about? You want to hear your name come up at brunch? Lay it down with Blue Chew's help. And believe me, they'll be talking about how it gets up.
And that's real talk, guys. You only get one career, one championship run, and one chance to etch your name in the history books. Don't leave your legacy to chance. Step into the ring with Blue Chew and become a legend.
And we've got a special deal for our listeners. As always, you get your first month of Blue Chew free. Just use promo code BOOKER at checkout and pay $5 for shipping. That's it. Join Blue Chew's mission to upgrade humanity one thrust at a time. Use promo code BOOKER, BOOKER, and head to BlueChew.com for details and safety information.
Want to thank Blue Chew for sponsoring the podcast. Now can you dig that, sucker?
Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Brad Gilmore from the Hall of Fame. We're going to take a quick time out because I got to tell y'all about something I've been rocking lately. If you've watched the show, you've seen me at events, you've probably noticed. The chain game, it's upgraded just a little bit. All right? I've had my chaining day, and I'm talking about my guys over at GLD. That's GLD, letter by letter. And look, I'm not really a special occasions only jewelry guy. If I'm wearing something, it's got to be every day. It's got to be durable. It's got to be clean. It's got to be something I can throw on with a t-shirt, a blazer, or even a suit, and it just works so nicely. So feel this. Nice weight, stone set clean, clasp solid. Doesn't feel cheap. It feels legit, all right? That's what we're looking for, and that's what GLD is all about. That's why I like them. These aren't pieces you baby. They're waterproof, sweatproof, built to last, and every piece is guaranteed for life. So once it's on, it's basically part of your uniform. They've got everything too: chains, pendants, bracelets, watches, plus official NFL and NBA collabs. So you can rep your team. If you want to flex a little hometown pride, I'm hardly home, but always repping the H. You already know I'm thinking about them Texans and those Rockets pieces. And it's not just about hype. Millions and millions of customers, thousands of five-star reviews, and you see everybody from athletes to artists rocking that GLD. So if you ever felt like your fit was missing something and you want to upgrade it, this is the time. This is the upgrade. Work hard and change the game. Oh, yeah. Because right now, new customers get 50% off when you use code BOOKER at GLD.com. That's 50% off with code BOOKER at GLD.com. After you order, they'll ask where you heard about them, so make sure you tell them that the Hall of Fame sent you. That is GLD.com, promo code BOOKER. GLD.com, promo code BOOKER. Do it now. I do it for you. Now back to the show.
Boom, welcome back inside the Hall of Fame, baby. Big news breaking in the wrestling business. That's what we got to talk about. This is what we got to talk about. We got to talk about it. We got to talk about it right now. Bron Breakker is out. Officially had a hernia surgery, and I'm sure it's going to set him back sometime. An injury like that. A hernia is normally from picking up something heavy, straining,
Sure.
and it's normally in the groin area, of course. But it sucks. It sucks. You work all year, man. You work all year trying to get to WrestleMania, and then something like this happens. And that's something I always talk about. As far as WrestleMania, people think about that one night, but they don't think about that 364 days. Trying to make it to WrestleMania injury free. You definitely may come in hurt, bruised, battered, and torn, but being injured, that's something totally different. And it sucks for the young man like Bron Breakker to go out like this. One thing about Bron, though, he always had the gas pedal pressed all the way down. I mean, he was always full steam ahead. Every time you see him run out and do that spear, I thought he was gonna pull a hammy or something. Just by the way he would make those turns and those cuts going around the ring and going, hit somebody with that spear. That was just freakish, scary for me seeing him do that. And now knowing that he's going to be out, knowing he's not going to be able to make WrestleMania, more than likely. It really sucks.
Well, that was going to be my question. I mean, I know you've never pulled a hernia, right? You've pulled a groin. You've had a groin injury, but have you ever done a hernia?
I pulled a groin, and a hernia is much worse than the groin, and that groin injury, man, it debilitated me for quite some time.
How long were you out?
At least 3 months.
So, okay, and we're in February. So him back by Mania is
I
probably...
was still on the show, though. They still kept me on the show. I mean, I was still playing a role, but I just wasn't wrestling.
I wonder if that's why, because, if you saw him at the Royal Rumble, he entered at number 1, and he was out very quickly from Obafemi. Didn't really even have a showing at all. One must wonder that something was maybe bothering him that day, or they had thought, okay, we need to maybe pivot from a long Bron Breakker run in the Rumble. And then... Yeah. The other thing, though, is, man, it's February now. WrestleMania is toward the end of April. So that's maybe 10 weeks away, 8 to 10 weeks away. It's probably too quick, to come back from a hernia.
I'm going to tell you, that groin injury, I hurt my groin. It was a house show. I just doing a hip toss, and bang, I thought I broke my leg or something, but it was a pulled groin. And I remember... I told the WWE officials, of course, and they had these compression shorts made for me. And you'll be okay, just put these on, you'll still be able to work. And I remember putting those compression shorts on, Just to go back just a second, I remember when I took the hip toss, it was from Matt Hardy, and and I was the champ at that time, U.S. champ or something like that, Intercontinental champ, one of them, and I remember telling Matt Hardy when I landed, "Cover me, bro." And he goes, he said, "I can't do it. You're the champ." So Nick Patrick was the referee, and he got me out of there. And I got counted out, and then I remember they gave me the compression shorts, and I had to work Rey Mysterio. And I remember Rey Mysterio did that springboard a moonsault off the middle rope, and I'm supposed to just catch him and take a bump. And when he did the springboard and came through, his elbow hit me right in the crotch. Bang! And I went down, and I remember that night as well.
Oh.
I told Rey Mysterio, "Cover me, bro." He said, "I can't do it." But just to let you know, I wasn't John Wayne in it. I wasn't the guy that was going to try to suck it up or anything like that. Soon as it happened, I told Rey Mysterio, "Cover me, bro."
Oh, man. That's hilarious.
No, but it's definitely going to be hard for Bron Breakker to come back from this. If he does, man, he's more man than I imagined, coming back from something like that so soon. But one thing about these young guys these days, man, they're chomping at the bit to get in the action, just to be a part of this thing. And Bron Breakker, I'm sure he feels he's come too far to let anything get in the way of his destiny and his dream to become, WWE World Champion.
Well, you know what's the worst part about it is it looks like they were kind of angling toward a Seth Rollins, Bron Breakker WrestleMania match if, Seth could get cleared. And now it's like, well, can Seth get cleared, and then can Braun get cleared? Like, is that a possibility? This match might be completely scrapped. This might not be something you see to SummerSlam or whatever the case might be, because that's the only bad thing. Not the only bad thing, but one of the downsides of wrestling is because it's 52 weeks a year, because it's nonstop. I mean, even now with the house shows being less than what they were, they're still wrestling every single week, and there's not enhancement talent on the shows anymore, right? So you're wrestling pretty much every week, and you're wrestling another top guy. You're wrestling somebody who's kind of in a prominent position, and injuries are just something that seems to plague certain, times of the year. And it always seems like WrestleMania time, something happens to one of the top guys. I remember, I think you actually called the match. I think it was Samoa Joe and Rey Mysterio at a few WrestleManias ago. I think Rey had gotten hurt right before or something, and that match was just 90 seconds. And then last year's WrestleMania, Rey's supposed to wrestle, and he gets injured the night before on SmackDown. These are things that unfortunately happen, but hopefully Braun can get back quick.
Let's pose the question to all the listeners out there. Do you think wrestling need enhancement talent? Guys for, wrestlers, like the Cody Rhodes, like the Bron Breakkers, like the Roman Reigns need to, be able to wrestle to enhance, their profile in a certain way like it was back in the day. Because I always say if it wasn't for guys like, the Cuban Assassin, back in the day, my brother and I, we definitely wouldn't have been, put on the map the way we were, seriously, because we had so many guys that made us look good back in the day, and that was their job. They knew exactly what they came to the shows to be a part of, and then guys like Dusty Wolf, made a career. Guys like Barry Horowitz, made a career out of being really, really good enhancement talent, and enhancement talent means just that. Those guys had the ability to be able to go out there and enhance you to make you look that much better. So it's not a bad thing. It's just guys that perhaps the company is not looking at to be, their stars. That's the only thing it is.
Well, I think wrestling needs it, because even if you have a guy, let's say like a Roman Reigns, or even, scratch that, even like a guy like Obafemi. Do I want Obafemi going out there and beating up the War Raiders? First thing out on Raw and beating both of those guys up. No, I want to protect my tag team. They're tag team champions at one point. Like, we could do something with these guys. Let me get an Iron Mike Sharp. Let me get a Barry Horowitz. Let me get a Cuban Assassin. Let me get somebody who I know. I mean,
Ricky Santana.
Hey, here's another one. Brooklyn Brawler.
Brawler.
When Brawler was on the show, I knew Brawler was going to lose. Steve Lombardi ain't winning nothing. You know what I mean? They ain't winning nothing. But guess what? He was going to go shine somebody up while he was out there, and they would look great, and I got to see him wrestle. Because that's the other thing. I got to see the star wrestle, even if it wasn't a competitive match, even if it was 3 minutes. I got to see him wrestle, and that was another key to it for the fans.
I can tell you this, the enhancement talent back then was a lot better than a lot of guys that they were working with. And that's just the honest to God truth. I remember my first real match was with Dusty Wolf at a club right over there on Richmond Avenue. And I remember asking Dusty Wolf, I go, Mr. Wolf, I know you've been in this business a lot longer than I have, and you've worked with everyone. You know what I mean? So I say, if you could, I would just wondering if you could take me through this match, if you could guide me through it, and I was going over, but I was smart enough to know Dusty Wolf was a lot smarter than I was. Dusty looked at me and he goes, all right, kid, I got you. No problem. And I swear, man, he just like held me by my hand the whole match. Told me exactly what I had to do and when I had to do it. When I had the keys, man, he let me drive, and I swear I went out and had the best match a green kid could ever have for his first real competition against a guy, and Dusty Wolf definitely made me feel so comfortable in that ring. And I'm gonna tell you, young guys in this business these days, they would definitely benefit from a guy like a Barry Horowitz and a Dusty Wolf to be able to guide them through a lot of these landmines and potholes in this business. Seriously. And that's just the truth. So I agree 100%. Let's bring back the enhancement talent. We got enhancement talent at Reality Wrestling. I just want everybody to know. We got to take a break. Stick around, guys. You're in the Hall of Fame. We'll be back in a minute. Can you dig it? Houston, get ready to rumble with the Hall of Fame on ESPN Radio.
That's right, Booker. We're bringing the heat Tuesday through Friday right here on the Houston airwaves on 97.5 and 92.5.
We've got the exclusive scoop on wrestling, boxing, and everything in between.
Join us for the smackdown of sports talk and don't miss a moment of the action.
The Hall of Fame. Now, can you dig that? Sucker! Let me ask you something, Brad. What's one money lesson you wish you learned way earlier in life?
Oh, man, BT, I wish I learned about budgeting. No questions. Just understanding where your money goes before it disappears. And now, if you've got kids or teenagers, you're trying to pass those lessons down while juggling everything else.
Exactly. Parenting already comes with a million moving parts. The last thing you want is money stress adding to that chaos.
And that's where Cash App comes in, especially for parents with teens.
For all the parents out there with teenagers, we know you're already trying to keep a million different things under control. Cash App is here to help you make sure your teens' money and their spending isn't adding to that craziness.
Cash App is designed to meet teens aged 13 to 17 where they are with intuitive educational tools. Available through sponsorship by an eligible parent or guardian, teens can gain access to a personalized Cash App card that comes in different colors and patterns to fit their style and the ability to instantly access money from their family and friends. Cash App makes managing money feel easier and honestly just cooler than the other options out there.
The platform also has tools that can help develop real-world financial habits in a space that's safe and easy to navigate, all with your oversight and approval.
If your teen is getting their first job, Cash App can give them access to their paychecks up to 2 weeks early and can help them achieve personalized saving goals that they can set themselves all within the app. With Cash App, these tools become something they'll actually want to use because they were designed with them in mind.
Finally, no one wants unnecessary surprises. With Cash App, there are no monthly fees, no minimum balance required, and no hidden charges when sending or receiving money.
With the Cash App card, you and your teen's balances receive 24/7 fraud monitoring. If there's ever something that feels off, you have the ability to lock their card right from your phone in just one tap.
Skip the stress and give your teen a way to learn financial responsibility with no hidden fees. Download Cash App and get started today.
For a limited time, new Cash App customers can earn $10 if they use code FAMILY10 in their profile at sign up and send $5 to a friend within 14 days. Terms apply.
Cash App is a financial service platform, not a bank. Banking service provided by Cash App's banking partners.
Prepaid debit cards issued by Sutton Bank, member FDIC.
Direct deposit promotions provided by Cash App, a Block Inc. brand.
Visit cash.app/legal/podcast for full disclosure.
Oh, yeah, new year, new me. That's what everybody says when January hits, right? New habits, new goals, leaving some things back in last year where they belong.
Oh, yeah, absolutely, Book. You can clean out your phone, your closet, your calendar, and you start thinking, all right, what's actually making the cut into the new year?
And look, there's one thing I'm definitely bringing with me into 2026. Mando whole body deodorant.
Oh, same here. And I'm not exaggerating when I say this. Mando has become a part of my daily routine. It's one of those things you didn't realize you need until you have it.
You know what I love about Mando is the confidence. Straight up. You don't have to think about it. You just know you're covered.
Exactly. Mando is a whole body deodorant. Safe to use anywhere on your body. Pits, balls, thigh folds, belly buttons, butt cracks, feet, all of it, BT.
And it was created by a doctor who saw firsthand how normal body odor was being misdiagnosed and mistreated. So this stuff is actually designed to handle the problem.
It's clinically proven to block odor all day and control odor for up to 72 hours, which is wild.
Now, personally, I like the solid deodorant stick. It's powered by mandelic acid and stops odor before it starts.
I'm a fan of the spray, especially for those hard to reach spots. You know what I'm talking about, BT? Aluminum free, easy, and no mess.
And all Mando products are baking soda free and paraben free. Oh, yes.
Plus the scents, you got bourbon leather, you got Clover Woods, you got Mount Fuji Pro Sport, clean, fresh, and not overpowering.
You know, some men try to mask body odor with scent. You know, the cologne stuff.
Yeah, but Mando men, they get the job done right. They don't mask it, they Mando it.
You know, you can find Mando now in Walmart, Target, and other retailers nationwide. Or for the best deals,
you head over to shopmando.com. That's shopmando.com. For a limited time, new customers get 20% off site-wide plus free shipping when you use our code BOOKER.
That's 20% off site-wide and free shipping with the code BOOKER at shopmando.com.
Seriously, support the show and let them know that we sent you over there.
Go to shopmando.com, use the code BOOKER, gets 20% off site-wide plus free shipping. Oh, yes.
Mando's got you covered. Deodorant plus sweat control so you can say goodbye to sweat stains and say hello to long-lasting freshness.
Welcome back inside the Hall of Fame, baby. You mentioned Obafemi.
Yeah.
And speaking of Obafemi, you can't mention Obafemi without mentioning the new NXT champion, Joe Hendry. I believe in Joe Hendry.
Wave your hands from side to side. I love when you do that. See. I believe in Joe Hendry. It's like you
What's
get
crazy, man? Speaking of that, I was I can't remember what it was, the interview I guess you and I was doing. And I saw in the comment section that I never knew Booker T could actually talk like a regular person.
What does that even mean?
What it means is people don't understand that normally when you see me on television, I'm acting.
Yeah.
I'm acting, to the best of my ability. So you see me sing a Joe Hendry song, I'm going to take it. I'm going to run with it. I'm gonna push it as far as I can. When you see me do Trick Williams, I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna run with it. You know what I mean? Stephanie McCure. I don't know if you guys saw the new Lola Vice viral say. You know what I mean? So now I'm gonna take it
Hey,
and I'm gonna run with it to the fullest, man.
Gaging might be the best one ever. It
Think
might be
so?
I think it's the funniest one. Because you know what? It doesn't make any sense, but it makes all the sense in the world.
Yeah, it's like cashing in, man. You know, when you
Gaging.
pull it left,
She's definitely cashing in on something.
she gave me a lot of gagings last week.
There was a lot to Gaging about. A lot of
So
Gaging
nah,
all
man,
around.
I woke up and freaking X was going nuts, man. About Joe Hendry and about Lola Vice Gaging, you know. So nah, man. Big ups to Joe Hendry though for, you know, putting in the time, putting in the work, becoming NXT champion. I know there's brighter things in the future for Joe Hendry, bigger and better things just around the corner for Joe Hendry. I'm sure the main roster is there very, you know, but he definitely has a role to play. He definitely has a role to play in NXT, and he's definitely feeling a void right now. You know, with guys leaving and going to the main roster, especially losing Oba, losing Trick Williams. Man, that's two. Yeah, Evans. You know, those three. Those are three huge voids. And like I said on the show a couple of weeks ago, I said 3 spots just open. You know, I was when the Renegades left WCW, I was smiling from ear to ear.
The Rascals. Yeah.
No, the Renegades when they left WCW.
Oh, when they left
Renegades.
WCW.
Yeah. I say, because three spots open up for me, 4 spots open up for me, and I was like, man, shoot, I'm in like Flynn. I'm in. I was the only worker left. You know what I mean? So for a guy like Joe Hendry to be able to step in that spot, just like when Ethan Page came in, it was a huge void. Ricky Saints, when he came in, it was a huge void, and those guys actually filled those voids because I thought we were going to be missing a huge, not just one, but several pieces to NXT to really make that thing pop off the way it had been popping off. And then now we lose 3 major players, and I'm feeling the same exact way. Going into that ladder match last week, 5 of those guys in that ladder match had never been in a ladder match before, ever in their lives. And man, they went out there and pulled it off. I mean, bruised, battered, and torn, brain to pain. They went through that. I give it to them. I give them an A+. All those guys for going out there and leaving everything in the middle of that ring, and there again, trying to fill that void. Who's going to step up? That's the question. Who's going to step up and grab the brass ring, so to speak? So I'm happy where we're going, but there again, congratulations to Joe Hendry. I believe in Joe Hendry. Yeah.
Oh, you got to hit a few more Gagings when Lola Vice comes out. It's just the best. I love that one. I want to actually get your reaction to this because it's one of our super chats, and then we'll probably talk more about it on the other side of the break as this WrestleMania card starts to shape up. But Mike Wootson wants to know your opinion on this. He says Cody mentioned his alias alter ego Raheem in Black History Month is straight cinema. Also condolences to WWE ref Daphne LaShawn, family tragedy. I didn't hear about Daphne, so condolences.
Yeah, she had a major tragedy, house fire where she lost her grandmother, her grandfather, her cousin, and I think a nephew. So God bless. Condolences to her, and prayers up for her family. I can't even imagine, going through something like that. So my heart goes out to her.
Yeah, mine too. Condolences. I did not hear about that till just now. That's very, very unfortunate. So thoughts and prayers, obviously. With Cody and his Raheem thing. Do you know about this Raheem thing, first off? Do you know the internet?
No. What, give me
so,
scoop.
For whatever reason, and I don't know if it's because, he's married to a woman of African-American, persuasion, if you will, but he gets this rep for being like, part of the culture. Like Cody's one with the culture, and every time he does,
you know the old saying. You know the old saying, right?
once you go black, you never go back.
Once they go black, they ain't never going back. You know what I mean? So you might see him with, one of those African necklaces on.
So people started calling him on Twitter. They started calling him Raheem every time he did something that they felt was like a cultural moment for him. And on Friday Night SmackDown, I guess, was it Punk or Roman? One of them was talking about like they were doing a you-know-what measuring contest. And Cody said, you don't want to do that measuring contest. They don't call me Raheem for no reason. And that's what he said online or on the show that got a lot of traction online. So do you have any comment on Cody Raheem Rhodes in Black History Month and him talking about the you-know-what measuring contest?
Hey, bro, I don't know anything about that person. Okay. I'm just saying, no, I'm serious. I'm trying to clear this up. You know what I mean? But he did snag a black woman. You know
He did. Beautiful woman.
And in black women's lives, I just want people out there to know size does matter.
Size of your heart, right? How much you're willing to give.
So that Raheem thing, it could possibly well be true. I don't know. I don't have any personal knowledge or anything like that, but it's definitely something cool to perhaps tap into. You know what I mean? Seriously.
Yeah.
And the thing is, with something like that, you want women to know. You know what I mean? When something like that is going on, because man, once they find out, they wanna see it. You know what I mean?
His heart is what we're talking about.
Yeah, exactly.
Very generous person.
That's what I said.
Yeah, that's what you said.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, yeah. It could be true.
Well, shout out to Cody Rhodes and Raheem. Shout out to them both. Crazy conversation starter. But it looks like with Cody and Drew and Jacob, they're kind of doing something over on SmackDown. We're seeing where the Royal Rumble winners are going to pick their spots. I don't think that Liv Morgan has solidified her position yet, but would you rather see Liv Morgan versus Jade Cargill, or would you rather see Liv Morgan versus Stephanie Vaquer?
Probably Liv Stephanie.
I agree.
I think the makeup of that match, it'll be a lot more intriguing just because of the size. Just about the same size, ability wise. I think those two definitely might put on a really, really good match. But I think Jade Cargill, right now, Jade Cargill, 100 days as champ. I think Jade right now is really just now beginning to hit her stride. She's just now beginning to
I agree.
start feeling that role as far as I'm concerned. I think the first choice I'd go with.
Yeah, and then when you think about Jade on SmackDown, I'm trying to think of who it would be a good matchup for, and it kind of comes back to Tiffany Stratton. It comes back to Tiffany.
I think it comes back to Tiffany Stratton, but what show is Bianca on?
Well, I don't know, but I mean, I think SmackDown, but she's still.
I think Bianca is the wild card. I think Bianca is the one to really come back and make the huge splash when she does make the return. And the thing about that, when Bianca come back, Bianca's not the type that you could just bring back. You got to put her in a role.
100%.
You got to put her in the spotlight. You got to do it very, very quickly because she's a main event player as far as the women go. So Jade and her, I think, would have a hell of a contest. I mean, Bianca's top notch, and I think Jade really needs someone to be able to accent how good she could be with someone like Bianca Belair.
She could really shine her up.
If you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying. I hate giving up wrestling lingo and whatnot, but I really think Bianca Belair's experience could really take Jade to a place that she's never really gone before. And I think those experiences is where you really, really learn the craft. And I think putting Jade in that situation would benefit her so much. I can do film studies all day with someone, but you put them in the ring with someone that knows this business. It's like 3 years of training in one night. It's
Yeah.
like the big being in the Matrix going in that deal, and you come out saying, "Give me more." Hey man, we got to take a break, guys. Stick around. You're in the Hall of Fame. We'll be back in a minute.
Hey guys, this is Brent Gilmore from the Hall of Fame with Booker T. And you know, we talk a lot about trust on this show. Trust in your team, trust in the process, trust in your opponent. And you got to talk about trust in your money. And that's why I use Cash App. I do. I use Cash App. This is true. I use it every single day. It's where I have a card with, it's where I exchange currency with, whether I'm getting a haircut, whether I'm getting, some lawn services, whatever the case might be. I use Cash App because it's fast, it's secure, and it makes handling my money so simple. So whether I'm splitting a dinner bill, splitting money with a friend, checking my balance before a big weekend, it's all right there in the app. So if you download Cash App today and use our referral code, which is SECURE10, for $10 when you sign up. That's SECURE, SECURE, the number 10. Do that. Use that code because Cash App is a financial services platform, not a bank. Banking services are provided by Cash App's bank partners. Prepaid debit cards are issued by Sutton Bank, member FDIC. You visit cash.app/legal/podcast for full disclosures. So go ahead, hit that download button. Use my code SECURE10 and join the millions of people already using Cash App to make life easier. Trust me, you'll be glad that you did it, okay? SECURE10, SECURE10, SECURE10. And remember, Cash App is a financial services platform. It is not a bank. Banking services are provided by Cash App's bank partners. Prepaid debit cards are issued by Sutton Bank, member FDIC. Visit cash.app/legal/podcast for full disclosures and use Cash App today. Booker and I use it. You should use it too. Cash App, Cash App. Hey guys, Brad Gilmore here with the Hall of Fame. I want to ask you a quick question, okay? Why is it that life never waits for a payday? Bills don't wait, tires don't wait, gas never waits. You're riding around on E. Well, guess what? Life doesn't happen bi-weekly, and honestly, a payday shouldn't happen bi-weekly either. You already did the work, you already earned the money, so why should it just sit there while you're trying to figure things out? That's where EarnIn comes in, spelled EARNIN, like Earn In. It's the original earned wage access app that lets you access your pay as you work instead of just waiting days or weeks for a paycheck. And just to be clear, this is your money. This is not a loan. It's not a payday thing. This is access to what you already earned. With EarnIn, you can access $150 a day with a max of $1,000 between pay periods. No interest, no credit cards, no mandatory fees. EarnIn makes money through optional tips and optional fees for features like lightning speed, which can get your money in minutes. But there's always a no-cost option so everyone can just keep things moving. And look, we've all been there. Sometimes it's gas, sometimes it's groceries, sometimes it's a bill that pops up earlier than expected. Other times it's a last minute gift, tickets that you don't want to miss, rent timing, school clothes, or even an unexpected trip to the vet. We know that life happens fast. EarnIn helps millions of Americans take charge of their pay and avoid falling into debt traps by putting their money in their hands when they need it. It's simple. You go download the EarnIn app, add your info, and start accessing pay your way as you work. Any money you access plus any optional tip is automatically repaid from your next paycheck. So there's no stress, there's no awkward waiting, just moving forward. Make EarnIn a part of your financial routine and join over 4 million customers making any day a payday. Download EarnIn today. That's EARNIN. That's EARNIN in the Google Play or Apple App Store. When you download EarnIn app, type in Hall of Fame under podcast when you sign up. That's Hall of Fame under podcast. It really, really helps this show. EarnIn is a financial technology company, not a bank. Access limits are based on your earnings and risk factors. Standard cash outs take 1 to 2 business days with no mandatory fees. Expedited transfers are available for a fee. Tips are voluntary and don't affect the service. Available in select states. Terms and restrictions apply. Visit earnin.com for full details. Download EarnIn and take control of your pay.
Boom, welcome back inside the Hall of Fame, guys. We got to get out of here early today, only 1 hour, but any place you want to go before we get out there, Brad?
Yeah. There's a couple things I want to definitely run by you to see what you think about. One is
Barrios Garcia.
Barrios Garcia.
Barrios.
Let's talk
Who you
about it.
got? Who you got? Barrios Garcia.
I know we talked about this on the phone earlier, but I still like Mario Barrios. I just like that guy's got a lot of dog in him, man. And to me, Ryan Garcia, I think he's a great fighter. You know, he had that weird press run a couple of years ago where he was acting like he was losing his mind. But it was a work.
That was work. Yeah.
But you know, when he had the Tank fight and Tank had no problems with him at all, I don't know. To me, he got to be a notch down in my mind. Like he went down a notch after a loss like that. And I think Barrios is not going to back down. He's going to cut that ring off. Barrios doesn't mind getting hit a couple times in order to get inside and break down your defense. So I don't know. I like Barrios.
Barrios a dog. I mean, Barrios he's gonna fight. He's gonna stick around as long as he possibly can. I remember Tank Davis pretty much wore Barrios down as well. You know what I mean? So both of those guys have a common opponent in Tank Davis. Both of those guys pretty much went out the same way by stoppage. But for me, I really think Ryan Garcia I really think this guy's a hell of a fighter. I really think the Tank Davis loss, it was a setback, but he got right back on the horse. To go out there and beat Devin Haney as convincingly as he did, Devin Haney was outclassed. He was outclassed. I don't care if, they took the decision off the books or whatever. They could say whatever they want. Ryan Garcia beat Devin Haney. And to beat Devin Haney, that tells me the guy's he's got the goods. He really does. And we're going to get a chance to see on the 21st T-Mobile Arena what goes down between those two fighters. But like I say, Barrios.
Barrios.
What do they call him? Aztec Warrior. That's what they call him. Aztec Warrior. Go see how good this guy really is. But Ryan Garcia, I really think that left hand going to come into play. But I don't think he's going to lean all the way to the left, opposed to dropping that right hand, putting them fifth ward beads on that boy. So mark my word, if you want to put some money down, guys, I go Ryan Garcia.
All right. Well, hey, we'll have to see what happens. That fight's coming up very, very soon. But Book, I wanted to share, we know WrestleMania is going to be in Las Vegas as well. And now we know one of the main events that we're going to see for WrestleMania 42. It's going to be Roman Reigns versus CM Punk. They made it official last week with Raw on Netflix. And Roman had some choice words for CM Punk. I want to play a little bit of the promo for you, and then we can react. How's that sound?
Cool.
All right, here we go. This is from Raw last week.
Let's get one thing straight. You're making all these towns because you took a 10-year vacation. I'd be trying to get it in as much as possible, too. And the second thing, I learned from you. I learned from you. The only thing I learned from you is what not to do. Let's get one thing straight here, Phil. You wouldn't be here without me. 2 years ago, or whatever that was, when they wanted to sign you back, who'd you think they came to? Who'd they ask if it was all good? Me. I made the promise to Paul, and I kept it. And I did the best I could, I really did. But I will never forget 10 years ago or so when you go on your little best friend's podcast, running your mouth, making my life harder than it ever should have been. And then I let you back here, and what do? You screw me. You take my wise man, you try to brainwash my cousins, and you almost brainwashed me. Because at War Games, I shook your hand like a man. What we say, zebras or some stupid shit like that, huh? Nah, I shake your hand, I look at you like a man, and what do? You mock me in my back when we're walking up the ramp like I'm some little young boy. Well, guess what? I made my choice. I could pick you because you're the biggest star available. I could, yeah. I could pick you because you're on Netflix and you're on the best show. I could. But no, I'm picking you because I hate you. I've always hated you. And WrestleMania is going to be the best day of my life because in the main event, you will acknowledge me.
Hell of a promo by Roman, I got to say. What'd you think of it, BT?
Nah, that's Roman right there. God, grown into his own, knows about, what it's all about, can pick that mic up and wheel, that promo to the point to where you actually feel it, you know, just a little bitty nuances in the promo is what makes the promo, and Roman accented those little nuances very, very well. So no, I mean, you know me, man, I'm all about Shakespeare,
Yeah.
Romeo and Juliet, Phantom of the Opera, and Roman went out there and did that very, very well.
You
Must
know,
say.
there was a couple things in there. There's three particular things all in sequence that I thought was just really great. Because again, we talk about how the internet is all in on what's going on in the industry, and we know WWE Unreal just came out, and how you kind of have to use some real life in the work and try to work the shoot into a work and try to make it all kind of come together. And in sequence, Roman calls CM Punk Phil, right? Then he says, what I thought the realest thing was, because this happened. He goes, when you came back 3 years or so, who do you think they called?
That's a shoot.
That's a shoot. Who do you think they called to make sure it was all
Yeah.
good?
Oh, that's a shoot.
Yeah, and I promised Paul I'd make it work. Like that's all real stuff right there.
Yeah, that's a shoot. It really is. Yeah, you could feel the realism in that part of the promo, and then you know when he's acting as well.
Yeah, but he's just layering. It's layering real truth, and then I'm turning it up a little bit. Even when he said, when he did your little friend's podcast, and you made my life harder than it ever needed to be. Because it's true. When CM Punk did the podcast with Colt Cabana, and he talked about how they said, well, make Roman look strong. That was the big line from the podcast. And then what happened to Roman? He got booed for 7 years, mercilessly, and got all kinds of flack and criticism. And it was really emanating from that promo, from that podcast.
No, man, I can feel it. Like I say, one thing about wrestling, having that real feel layered into what we're doing on television. I always felt like it was a good thing. I don't like to shy away from stuff like that. If we could use it and make it work, and it's not something that's gonna hurt either one of us, let's do it. Let's push it, because that's what wrestling, I think, is all about. I think when we lose that in wrestling, I think we lose what professional wrestling is truly all about. So I love it. I loved every bit of it.
Yeah, great promo. Now we got a few super chats before we get out of here. If you have something you want to say to Booker T or myself, make sure you super chat it on in. This one comes from Marcus_1974. I want to see Raquel finally get a legitimate shot. Talking about Raquel Rodriguez over there on Raw. She's been a part of the Judgment Day. I do think that she's got something. I really do.
Yeah, I've said it since day one. As far as Raquel Rodriguez, she's gotten in a lot better shape.
Mm-hmm.
You could tell. I mean, her work has definitely come up. Taking the advice from Kevin Nash and taking it with a grain of salt and saying, "Hey, man, maybe I need to think about this for a second," opposed to just dumping all over it. And saying, "Man, what does he know?" No, it's about getting better. And if you got somebody in your corner that's gonna give you the real talk, the real deal, as far as the way it should look because of who you are, you better take that advice and you better run with it. So Raquel, I definitely look forward to seeing her cash in her ticket. And I'm sure it's going to be sooner than later.
Yeah, I think that everybody who's been a part of that Judgment Day, you know what? I love to eat crow on this one, because I thought when Edge left the Judgment Day, that was going to be the end of that. And then look at everything they've done to be able to spin guys off. Like Damian Priest went on a world title run. Rhea Ripley's maybe the biggest star in the women's division altogether. Roxanne Perez has now legitimized herself on the main roster. Liv Morgan, Dominic Mysterio, Finn Balor, and now Raquel Rodriguez. Everybody's been a part of that thing has actually been a big benefit to their career. So I love that I was wrong about that. I did not see that working out that way. And like I said, kudos to them. Kai Toenail, what was your favorite commercial from the Super Bowl? I like the Matthew McConaughey Uber Eats, and it's always great to see Ferris still taking the day off. Mike Tyson was Mike. Did you have a favorite Super Bowl commercial there, Book?
Mike Tyson, this commercial was about
eating right.
Eating right, right? I just saw somebody that said something in the chat about that. Who was it? Mike at Mikey Finn 60 said we weren't going to say it. Mention his quote there, but yeah. I like the Mike Tyson ad. The one ad that totally threw me off was the Poppy.
Oh yeah.
You see that one?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That one totally threw me off right there because it just came out of nowhere. Um, and I'm like, I don't even know where you get it was like a Coca-Cola or something like
It's
that,
like a
right?
sugarless Coca-Cola drink. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So no, I don't know. The commercials didn't actually grab me like they normally do it at halftime for the Super Bowl. For some reason, I don't know
Yeah,
why.
there weren't a lot that I loved. I liked the Dunkin' Donuts one with Ben Affleck and all the old sitcom stars. You got to see Urkel and different people from a different world, people from Friends, people from Seinfeld. Like, so I like that just because I'm a nostalgia nut. But yeah, there weren't like a ton the Matthew McConaughey Uber Eats ads with Bradley Cooper, they have been funny. But yeah, nothing really stood out to me. Kai Toenail also says Bobby Heenan would agree. BT, we need ham and eggers. Yeah, that's what Bobby used to call it.
We do need ham and eggers, man. We need guys that can actually go out there, real workers that can go out and enhance the talent opposed to guys just going out there. I hate having, competitive matches with guys every week.
Every week.
That right there for me is something that, man, I really would wish we could push back, the hands of time just a little bit and change that up a little bit, just because I think it would be much better for the show, as well as I think it'll be much cooler for the fan, because I always say I didn't care who Jake the Snake was wrestling when I was a youngster coming up. I just wanted to see him hit that DDT, that short arm clothesline right into the DDT one. I didn't care about the other guy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I think that's something that we really, really need to think about bringing back.
I couldn't agree with you more. I could not agree with you more. But you know what? Those are our super chats for the day. BT, it's time to send them on home.
Man, that was quick. I want to thank everybody for stepping inside the Hall of Fame, getting your champagne wishes, caviar dreams. I will be doing the NXT thing tomorrow, man. No telling what I'm gonna say. No telling what I'm gonna say. You know what I mean? I've been making the internet every week about something. So trust me, tomorrow night I will say something so controversial. I might do something so controversial that someone in the front row might just pass out from shock. So make sure you guys watch it. Man, I want to thank you for the heavy lifting as always. The people couldn't do it without you guys. And then again, guys, like I always say, until next time, peace. We love you. Rock this mug.